Back during the summer, I went to Japan in search of retro video game deals. But here's the thing, you can still find deals in Japan without actually visiting. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, then you know I'm in love with a little website called Sendico, which I check at least once a day. I've made a couple videos covering them in the past, but recently Sendico updated their website and made a few changes. So in today's episode, we'll take a look at some of the cool things that changed and discuss how I use their website to buy retro video games, as well as other ways to purchase items from Japan. Not just video games, because there's a lot of cool stuff that Japan has to offer. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. So for the uninitiated, you may be wondering, what in the world is Sendico? And to put it simply, they're basically a service that buys items within the country of Japan on your behalf. And then they hold these items in their warehouse until you want them shipped to your home. Now, what makes their service so powerful is that you can buy many items from different Japanese websites and have Sendico consolidate all those items into a single package, which they will then ship to you, and in a nutshell, will save you quite a bit of money on shipping, since the alternative is having each of those items shipped individually from the vendor, which can actually end up being quite a large chunk of change since it's coming from so far away. Anyway, the main idea is to buy items over a period of time and then have them shipped all at once in a single package to again save you some money on shipping. Also, many times you're simply unable to purchase items from Japan unless you have a Japanese address, which again is where Sendico comes into play since they're located in Japan. Toyama, Japan to be exact. So just to be clear, when ordering an item, it will first be shipped to the Sendico warehouse in Japan, where it's stored, and then it gets shipped to you. So it's a two-step process, but don't worry, it's really simple, and let's go ahead and get started by heading over to their website. Alright, so once you're on the home page, and if you haven't visited in a while, you'll notice that it looks quite a bit different. Here you can see the 4 primary marketplaces that are integrated into the Sendico website. However, again, you are able to order from any Japanese website, but we'll get into that in just a moment. The integrated marketplaces are Yahoo Auctions Japan, my favorite, Mercari, Rakuten, and Yahoo Shopping. Now, while I do primarily search on Yahoo Auctions, the other marketplaces do on occasion have some pretty compelling deals, so don't sleep on them. Plus, they don't require bidding. You can buy those items outright. Only Yahoo Auctions has bidding. And if you look directly below the 4 large marketplace icons, you'll see categories, and this is one of the new features of the website. In an effort to help users find what they're looking for just a bit easier, Sendico created these popular categories, and of course the one we're all interested in here is video games. After clicking the video game icon, we have additional popular subcategories, and for me the one that I love looking through is junk consoles. This is where I find consoles to repair, refurbish, and mod for some of my videos. And here on the next page, we are greeted with initial search results for each of the 4 primary marketplaces, again which are Yahoo Auctions on top, Mercari, Rakuten, and Yahoo Shopping. Click on the Shop Now icon at the top right of each marketplace section to see all the search results. You can further refine your search using the filters along the top or the categories on the left. Now, of course, you can also search simply by using the search bar on top. It will automatically take your English search term and translate it into searchable Japanese text. Let's try to search for a GameCube. Before hitting enter, you'll see that on the left side of the search bar is a drop-down menu where you can select specific marketplaces. I'm going to search on Yahoo Auctions, so I'll select that. And here you can see we get a ton of results, but also a lot of stuff that I'm not at all interested in, like these AV cables that keep popping up. So sometimes what I like to do is use specific model numbers for consoles or products. I find that this helps quite a bit to narrow the search. So the GameCube model number I'm interested in is DOL-001. That's the GameCube that comes with the digital AV port. And as you can see, we pretty much just get GameCubes in the search results, which is exactly what we want. Okay, so now that we have an idea of how to search, in order to start bidding, we first need to add funds to our wallet, which is super simple and can be done through the wallet menu. You have a variety of ways to add funds, so it's a good idea to know how much you think you're going to need for a specific item that you want. Alright, so now that we have funds in our wallet, we can start to shop around. I found this really cool Game Gear, which has a really low starting price, so all I need to do is hit the bid button to place my bid. Now you'll notice here that there are a few fees that are added on top of your bid. First, there's a 500 yen Sendico handling fee that you will need to pay for each item you bid on, as well as tax, which is typically a flat 10% that gets added to the final sale price. Now, I'm actually not going to bid on this item since I did already win a few auctions that I will be sharing with you at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Now, again, there is also domestic shipping within Japan, which is separate from the shipping you'll pay later on to have your items shipped home. This is usually shown on the auction info and is called inland shipping. Here it's 480 yen, but sometimes it can be free inland shipping, it just depends on the auction. Now, instead of using the normal bid button, there is a new feature called Sniper Bid, which is a pretty cool function. This will place a bid of the amount you choose right before the auction completes. Now, Yahoo Auctions is a bit different, and some of the auctions on the website have something called a auto time extension feature, meaning that once a bid is placed close to the end of the auction, the time gets extended a few minutes. Again, you can see if the auction you're bidding on has this feature enabled, and as you can see on this one, it doesn't. So this is something you may want to pay attention to for your bidding strategy and whether or not you want to use the sniper bid function or not. Okay, great. So now let's say you won your auction. Now it's time to wait for it to arrive to the Sendico warehouse, but while we wait, let's take a look at another really neat feature that Sendico offers called the order form. Now, the order form essentially opens the whole Japanese online retail space to you. Basically, if there's a Japanese website that sells something that you want, you can order it using the order form. I actually really wish I knew about this service before I ordered my new 2024 planner from Hobonichi just about a month ago. The planner cost me about 18 bucks, but international shipping was another 28 bucks. I mean, shipping cost $10 more than the actual item simply because it was international, which is insane. Had I used a service like the order form function in Sendico, I would have saved quite a bit because I could have had the planner shipped with a bunch of other items, lowering the overall shipping cost per item. I do order from Japanese websites on occasion, like the Hobonichi one that I just mentioned, but you can also order from sites like Hardoff or Suragaya, which both sell items online. While these are pretty popular brick and mortar stores within Japan, which I actually also featured in my Japan travel videos, they also sell online. But one of the things to be aware of, especially when ordering from sites like Hardoff and Suragaya, is that these items listed on these sites may be located in different stores around Japan and may be shipped individually, causing you to incur separate 500 yen handling fees for each item that you get, and this is just something to be aware of. Where the order form really excels is ordering from a single retailer like Hobonichi, because you can order up to 10 items from that store and only incur a single 500 yen handling fee, since it all comes in a single parcel. Remember, think of the 500 yen handling fee as a per parcel cost, not a per item cost. So for example, if you order multiple items, but it gets shipped to Sendico in a single box, then you'll only incur one 500 yen handling fee. But if you get multiple items that get shipped in different boxes, you'll get a 500 yen handling fee for each of those boxes. Alright, so to get to the order form, navigate to the link at the top of the page. Here you'll see a few empty fields that you'll need to fill out, the first of which asks for the item hyperlink. I already have this page open for this beautiful cover for my planner with a mother theme, which in the US was called Earthbound, which I'm sure all of you already knew. All I need to do is copy the URL into the form as shown. Then, right below that, I need to add the name of the item, so I'll just copy that over as well. And then lastly, in the comments section, you'll put other important information like quantity, color, size, and this is really more for retail items such as clothing, or if you're trying to purchase an item that comes in different colors. So in my case, I should be okay without putting anything, but I will include the quantity. Additionally, I'll also add that I want the cover only and not the planner since I already have one. If Sendico is unsure about something in your order form, they will reach out to you before making the purchase. Now, the last thing you'll see on the page is a checkbox for quick checkout, which will essentially just go through with the purchase without notifying you. However, if you would like a notification confirming the contents of the order, then don't check the box. But for me, it's a pretty simple order, so I'm going to go ahead and check it. Now, before hitting the big red request order button, if you look at the top of the order form, you'll see something called add item. Now, you can add up to 10 items per order, so if you're on the same website and want to purchase an additional item, Just hit this and it'll add another set of fields for your next item. You'll definitely want to use this function if you're planning to buy multiple items from the same website. So here I'm adding a really cool pen to my order. Now again, from a store like Surigaya or Hardoff, since they list items from different store locations around Japan, you may incur an additional handling fee of 500 yen if you order multiple items from different locations and they're shipped in different parcels. Again, for every parcel that Sendico receives, you'll be charged a 500 yen handling fee. I know, I must sound like a broken record, but a lot of folks do get this confused. Another thing to note is that the Hobonichi website has an English language version, but if you are shopping around on websites like the Japanese Hardoff or Surigaya pages, simply turn on the translate feature in your browser, which should provide you a good enough translation to get you going. Anyway, once you filled out the order form, give it one more look, and now you can press the big red request order button. Now, the only thing you need to do is wait for everything to arrive at the Sendico warehouse. Sendico will send you an email as well as a message within your account once things start arriving. Once everything has arrived and you want these items shipped to your home, then you are ready to generate a parcel. Generating a parcel is simple. All you need to do is navigate to My Orders, and then select all the items that are labeled as in our warehouse that you want to get shipped home. Here you can see some of the items that I recently ordered that I'll be making videos on in the very near future. Plus, be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video because I will be doing an unboxing to see how they were packaged and the condition that they all arrived in. Anyway, once everything is selected, hit the Create Parcel button on top. Here on this page is where you'll select your address, or enter it in if you're using the platform for the first time. Once you have everything entered correctly, hit Next. Now comes the insurance and declarations section. I honestly don't know too much about this section, but I went ahead and labeled everything as used since that's pretty much how I would describe the condition of the items I bought. Now here you can select autopay, which will automatically pay the shipping as soon as the order is processed. And you can even select an option called Prefer Cheapest Shipping, which will automatically select the cheapest air shipping option. I decided to not hit autopay and then I hit the next button. Now here you're presented with all the shipping options and it's a bit overwhelming. I stupidly selected EMS shipping, which is crazy expensive at 17,500 yen. But we'll come back to this in a moment because Sendico actually saved me quite a bit of money on shipping. Anyway, on the next screen, you can select a few packaging options. Package consolidation comes with the service and costs 0 yen. Basically, this means that they'll put everything into a single box. But you can also select protective packaging for an additional 500 yen and stretch film wrapping for 200 yen. I usually select both these because at just 700 yen or about $5, it gives me peace of mind. Now, all you need to do is just hit the confirm button and just wait for everything to arrive. Now remember how I selected the crazy expensive shipping method? Well, what's awesome about Sendico is that if you accidentally select an expensive shipping option like I did, you'll get a notification if there's a cheaper comparable option available to you. I mean, I was about to spend 17,500 yen for shipping, which in today's exchange rate is about 123 US dollars. But I got notified by Sendico that FedEx was cheaper at about 4,200 yen, or 28 US dollars. This is a huge savings and I'm super happy that they notified me and let me change my shipping selection. Now you could have also used the autopay feature and select the cheapest shipping option. This will automatically select the cheapest shipping and seems like a great feature, and it would have got me the same lower price without going through the extra steps. Alright, now before I show you how my package arrived, here are a few other cool tidbits of information regarding Sendico. Now, one of the good things that they do is they actually hold your items pretty much indefinitely, but officially it's 90 days. From my understanding, after 90 days, the packages go to long-term storage, so really your stuff is pretty much safe. However, I strongly recommend to get your items shipped as early as possible once they've arrived in their warehouse, and don't let them sit around for months and months. Additionally, Sendico recently started a Discord server, which is a really great resource and place to ask questions and seek advice for using the Sendico website. There's a lot of experienced users, as well as some employees who have a wealth of information and can be very helpful, so definitely join the server as it's a fantastic resource. And the last thing is a word of warning. Most things I've purchased from Japan are on the smaller side, like consoles and video games. Of course, you can also purchase much larger items like CRT TVs or other large electronics like receivers, amplifiers, or something like the Laser Active. While better deals can be found in Japan, I think the risk of these items getting damaged during transit are significantly greater due to their size and weight. If you really do want to purchase an item like this from Japan, I would strongly suggest contacting Sendico first and being very clear how you want it packaged, which may come at an additional cost. Again, there's no guarantee that these larger items will arrive in one piece, and I honestly think it's not worth the headache, so that's just a word of warning from me. So far, in all of my orders and parcels, I've personally never had any issues, and things have come very nicely packaged. Speaking of which, let's take a look at what I got. So here you can see the box, and remember I got it wrapped in plastic film, which was an extra 200 yen option, which at a minimum helps protect the box a bit more from the outside elements. So after taking the wrapping off and cutting the tape, let's take a look at what's inside. First thing is a power supply for one of the consoles that I bought. Nothing really special here. Now the next item is something really cool. I spent a bit more than I would have liked, but I really wanted a complete set of Pokemon games for the original Game Boy and Game Boy Color. The Japanese box art on these just look amazing, and the condition of this set is really fantastic. So taking a look at them all in no particular order, we have Pokemon Yellow, Gold, Silver, Red, Crystal, Green, and Blue. Just really awesome to have all these in such great condition. Now I need to tackle the American set. Alright, next I got Final Fight for the X68000. So for those of you who watched my Japan travel series, you know the crowning jewel of the whole trip was my purchase of a Sharp X68000 Japanese computer. And well, in order to test the thing out, I need a game, so I got this one. It's in great condition, and I just love the packaging of these old PC games. I mean, the Japanese just do a really amazing job on their packaging and artwork. And here are the 2 floppy disks that the game is stored on, and I'll hopefully have a video coming out very soon showing and modding the X68000, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so next I got this pretty unique looking Famicom controller made by Sansui. Sansui used to be a really high quality manufacturer of hi-fi stereo equipment, and they really just made some beautiful pieces back in the 80s. And apparently they even made some peripherals for consoles like the Famicom. I have some pretty cool plans for this, and it actually won't be for a Famicom system, so again, be on the lookout for that. Alright, next I have something that I'm really excited to work on, and it's this PC Engine shuttle. This is a variant of the PC Engine that was originally aimed towards children, but it apparently flopped, so not too many were made, and they're a bit more on the uncommon side. Apparently, the previous owner worked on the system, and I got a pretty decent deal on it, but I really hope it's not too mangled on the inside. And the last item, of course, was also the most expensive, but still an incredible deal if you compare it to what people are listing these on eBay for. And it's the PC Engine LT, which is one of the rarest versions of the PC Engine. This one actually came with a game, which wasn't expected, Bomberman 93. Nice. If you follow me on Twitter, I actually already refurbished and repaired this unit by doing a full recap and ultrasonic cleaning of the motherboard. This was in pretty rough shape, but it actually cleaned up really nicely. Well, there you have it folks, my latest haul from Sendico. I hope you enjoyed this update video on their website and found it helpful. And best of luck in your hunt for retro gaming deals, and also a huge thank you to Sendico for sponsoring this video. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. Happy holidays, and I'll catch you again next Thursday.